Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. I hope your weekend is off to a great start. And thank you all for joining us. We already got a great crowd here. And I'm looking forward to saying hello to each and every one of you. Got my Matches Memorial Friday Savinelli with Haunted Bookshop. And got a drink that I'm about to open. But first, let's see who we got here. So Clayton Bigsby. Hey, Clayton, how you doing? JMZ56. Tim Forner, Couch, Ilva bit Couch today. Oh no. Well, Couch, what did you do to Ilva? Steph and Skip, how you doing, Steph? Cliff Higgins, hey Cliff, great to see you tonight. One Noggin. There you go, One Noggin. Paul the Piper, hello Paul, good to see you. Doug Owen, how you doing, Doug? Hope the dog in the photo and the title page is getting a decent drink of something tasty. Yeah. Winston enjoyed gin and tonics. Oh, that's fantastic. No, actually, that was an empty bottle. Thatcher was a puppy, and she just decided. I just held it out for fun, and she like grabbed onto it and was going to pull it away from me. She does enjoy a little bit of beer now and then. Signalman Tony from Rhode Island. How you doing, Tony? Look at that beer. Thank you, Cliff. I appreciate that. Scott at the 16th day. Good to see you. Michael Case. Hello, Michael. On the patio, too hot to smoke. Sorry to hear that, my friend. Guy Tobacco Pipes. Hello. Welcome from Jerusalem. Good to have you tonight. Bona Piper. Hello, Christian. Good to see you, my friend. Bona Piper's going to be our guest next week. We'll talk more about that later, but looking forward to chatting with Christian for a while. All right, so I've got Haunted Bookshop. I know it's not the right season, but it's the Frosty the Snowman tamper from Larry Blackett. This is a kind gift of my buddy Jim Tamper J. Just got it in the mail today, and I thought, oh, I got to use this, even though it's obviously Christmas in July, right? That's what my wife's been telling me from the darn Hallmark Channel. And it's a night of gifts tonight because I've got this beautiful Zippo lighter that was given to me by my buddy Michael Case, who's in the chat right now. Look at that nice rainbow trout, beautiful Zippo. Has unused, has not been lit yet. Wick is not charred. But I filled it with fluid, and Zippos always work, so there we go. You witnessed the first light. It really is beautiful, Michael. Thank you for that. Rainbow trout taking a fly. Very nice. Picking and piping. Hello there. Happy Friday to you. Thank you, Scott. Yes, I'm very, very happy about that. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Cliff. Cliff is asking us to pray for our buddy Chad, Yardism. He is apparently under the weather. So we'll definitely send some prayers up for Chad tonight. Michael Starcher, good to see you. Great chat last week. Really enjoyed getting to know you a bit better, buddy. Big Dave, how you doing, Dave? Let's get a drink because I have not had a chance to even open the bottle. Tonight I'm going to be drinking one of these Longboard. Can you see the front of that? Yeah. Longboard Island Lager. Set the pipe down. Find the bottle opener. Open the bottle. One step at a time. This is nice. I've had one of these before on the show. It's a nice, simple lager, but it's got some depth to it. Quite enjoyable. Happy Friday. Ah. So let's see. Really fantastic crowd for a solo live stream already. Happy to see that. Corvette Jim, how you doing, Jim? No problem. Power's out and you had to go out to dinner 30 miles away. Holy cow. I hope it was worth it, Jim. Is your power back on now? And yes, Cliff, absolutely. We continue to pray for Jim's son there as he's going through some tough medical issues. Raining in Tucson, huh, Big Dave? Monsoon rains. Wow. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. We had some storms last night, man. The tornado watches and everything. Nothing really came of it, but very high winds and the really heavy downpour lasted about 15 minutes. You know, the most heaviest rain that I've seen for such a short amount of time. Hobbit and Piper, how you doing, Kevin? Good to see you tonight. One noggin is cracking open a tall can of Rainier. Very nice. Yeah, Tim, I hope it wasn't 30 miles for a Big Mac. But it definitely could happen. All right, now that we got the beer poured, we can get back to the pipe. $30 miles for a ribeye, that's more like it, Jim. Speaking of, not speaking of, but since Hobbit and Piper is here, if you haven't had a chance to see it, and Kevin, I hope you don't mind me embarrassing you here, he did a fantastic review of Pegasus. I mean, it was very, very creative and inventive, and I think he nailed the blend as well. It was really, really good video the other day. So if you haven't seen that, go check out Hobbit and Piper after the show. Yeah, Dave, with all that rain, I would imagine it would be pretty green. 104 degrees in Arkansas. Holy cow, Cliff. That's hot. Gary Edminster, how you doing, Gary? Big Corona familiar. Cliff's quoting W.C. Field. Piper on the 45. 20 pipes to clean. Yeah. You go right ahead, buddy. What's up? How you doing? Good to see you tonight. I do that a lot, Piper on the 45. I think it's, you know, I feel a little bit bad about it, but I like to put on live streams and then do pipe work. And I would like to interact more, but I got stuff I got to do. So I figure at least I'm listening in, and that's good. And I try to always say hello at the beginning, but it's great to have you. Ah, you're on battery power, Jim. Yeah, I hope it does last. Hope your power's back on soon. That's a real pain. Big Country Briar, hello. On the road heading to the beach. Might have to take a rest up, fire one up. Well, sounds good, Big Country. Gary cleans his pipes as he smokes them. That's a neat trick, Gary. Luke Reisner, how you doing, Luke? Good to see you. Tim, you are bad company. Well, Big Dave, the new roof survived the storm, so it seems fine. I was talking to my niece the other day. She lives in Atlanta now. She actually works for the CDC, and she's got a new job. And she called me up, and we were talking about her job. And she said, "What's new?" And I told her about the roof and all. And I said, she said, "Is it good?" And I said, it's funny. You do all this stuff preparing for it, and you spend all this money, and you got the guys running around and stuff, and then it's all over, and you're like, well, I guess it's up there. You don't climb up and try to inspect it or anything. You just wait for it to rain and hope it doesn't leak. It has been a while, Luke, but it's always good to see you, my friend. Yes, what's up? It's been a while for you too, hasn't it? Well, it's great to see you as well. Learned it from Mark Twain. There you go, Gary. Full Smoking Bar. Hello, Nick. Good to see you. Your wrestling name. There you go, Tim. So it's been a fun week here. And I don't mean that sarcastically. It actually has been a fun week. But my pipe's almost empty. So my darling wife had a birthday on Monday. And I put up a couple posts about this on Instagram and on YouTube, and many people wished her happy birthday, and I took screenshots of that to show her and all. She was really happy about that, and she sends thanks to everyone who did that. And she's not watching now, but I'm going to try to get her to watch the replay. So if you want to wish Mrs. CaneRod a happy birthday, feel free. But her birthday was on Monday, and I was supposed to take a half day on Monday so that we could go out to dinner and maybe go to a park for a walk or something, just have a nice afternoon, evening. And I stupidly forgot to do it, and I had meetings populate my calendar, and I couldn't take off on Monday. So she understood, and I was able to take off the afternoon on Wednesday. And we wound up going to this place up in a part of Pennsylvania called Perryville. It's about an hour and a half north of where we live. It's in the Pocono Mountains. And they have it's just a bar, really. It's called River Walk, but it's spelled WALCK. And we just love this place. I found it because I was doing a fly tying demonstration up in that area years ago, and afterwards everybody went there for dinner. And the two reasons I loved it were they have these ginormous burritos that were really good, and they would have draft beer that I don't know what the volume was, but these darn glasses were like enormous. It had to be like a 24-ounce, 30-ounce beer, and they were cheap. It was like $5 for one of these things. So we'd go there after the fly tying thing and have a big old time. But then I talked about it so much that my wife wanted to go, and she just fell in love with the place because if you go in the early evening, you can sit outside. It's right along the river, the Po. I always get the name of this wrong. The Pohopocan River, I believe it is. So you can see, we actually were watching trout rise to what I think were caddis while we were eating dinner. So you're sitting, you're elevated. The river's like down in a valley, but you can see it very clearly. There's a fire pit. There's music. It's just a really fun place to go. So we went there on Wednesday and had a really good time. And I tease her that she's got the princess birthday week instead of just one day. But you know, we've had fun all week. So that's been really a lot of fun. Oh, and I see there's birthday wishes coming up. So thank you very much, guys. I will tell her to watch this, and she'll be really happy. That is great. Hello, Sailor. Bayou Morning and a Radice Bulldog. Very good combination. Boris the Piper, how you doing, Boris? Good to see you. Steve and Kathy. Kilted Piper Steve and Miss Kathy. Great to see you guys tonight. XJ, how you doing, XJ90X? Good to see you. Tamper J, hey Jim, good to see you tonight. Sorry I missed a lot of folks while I was telling my birthday story there. Great to see you, Tamper J. I'm using the snowman tonight. That was a kind gift of Jim, as I said earlier. Name that pipe. Oh, yeah, you like the nominee for Video of the Year? I thought that was such a fantastic video. If you guys have not seen this, Greg, Tunnel Take, did a video where, you know, he was talking about all this controversy about high-end pipes versus corncob pipes and everything, and he thought, what's going to potentially be worse than a corncob pipe, which is an interesting way to think about it. And the guy actually went out to his yard, found a stick that had come off a tree, drilled holes in it, and he smoked it. It was a fantastic video. Good point, XJ. She is a day older in Tasmania, but she's got this property where she seems to be aging backwards. It's amazing. Dude Rustica, hey Steve, good to see you tonight. Yeah, it was awesome, Kevin. It really was. Guys, if you haven't seen the Tunnel Takes video, I put a post up so you could find it on my homepage, or just go to Greg's channel and you'll be able to find it. I think it's one or two videos back for him. It's very obvious because the thumbnail has him holding up this piece of gnarly twig, or not twig, branch, that I believe he told me that Onion said it looked like a chicken's foot, and it does in fact look like a chicken's foot. So. All right, I am done my first bowl of Haunted Bookshop for the evening. I'm going to switch over to this beautiful Phil Rivera pipe, and I'm going to smoke myself something a little different. This is my 2020 blend that some of you might have seen the video on. This is basically one bowl donated from everything I smoked last year that I liked, with the exception of Haunted Bookshop or Carter Hall, you know, any of the things that I regularly smoke, because if I did that, it would just be a big jar of Haunted Bookshop. But this is interesting. It's I like doing this. I know there's people that think it's silly, but the way I do it, I always get a jar of enjoyable tobacco, and it's honestly, for me, it's not really that different, because I think I was talking to Full Smoke and Bar the other day when I had some of this, and it just kind of tastes like tobacco I like. It's hard to explain, but it's very, it averages out the year. Let's see. Trials of the Wife of a Pipe-Smoking Fly Fisherman. You know, Doug, that's a great idea, and we were actually talking about that tonight. I told her that she should let me interview her tonight for her birthday, and she's a little shy, She won't do it on camera. I might be able to talk her into a phone call. So we'll see how that goes. I'll tell her to watch this and see that comment, Doug. And if anybody else would like to hear Mrs. CaneRod get interviewed, I'd love to do it. I think it would be a lot of fun. Tim is still smoking the same bowl of I Hate Roger Goodell. Well, it's a good thing, Tim. We all do. Or at least the sane among us do. The chicken foot pipe. Yes, Jim. The elderberry pipe. Yeah. Absolutely, Doug. Yeah, that would be a really interesting. Maybe we could do like a round table of wives. That would be interesting. Gary's gonna have some McBaron Latakia Flake. Not a Latakia fan, but I have had it and it's very good. Steve Russell, thank you. She will greatly appreciate that, my friend. Ain't it the truth? What's up? A few truths might come out. Yeah, that's okay though. I'm pretty much an open book, to be honest. I don't have any dark secrets. Or if I do, I don't know about them. They're that dark. Thank you, Tony. She will appreciate that. Yeah, Doug, I think what we do is we let them do it live and just let them go. And then after the round table, we'll take down the live, we'll edit it and put up a expurgated version. Boris the Piper smoking some Motzak Burley mix. I've had some Motzak blends, they're very good. Did anyone get in on the McBaron's Royal Twist? I guess there's another tobacco. Is this another limited release, Steve? All right, Christian got some. I agree, Sailor. There's very few McBaron blends that I can smoke. Their H&H series, though, is different. Yeah, XJ, we'll have to do it like we're interviewing somebody in the witness protection program. DDT0889, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, Doug, if I'm lucky, I'll have 5 minutes. Name That Pipe is trying Watch City Cigar Simply Red at a Jake Hackard poker. So far, so good. Sounds good, Name That Pipe. Guy Tobacco Pipes. Do I think it's a problem to store 16-ounce bulk tobacco in its plastic bag for a few years and not in a jar? Yeah, it probably is a problem. It's going to dry out. Those bags are not completely impermeable to air. or moisture transfer, and it will dry out. Okay, I'm seeing several folks commenting that the McBaron Twist is a vapor blend in roll cake form, and it's an old blend that they've not put out since the 60s. Very interesting. Oh, Michael K, she's gonna love that. The Saint of Souderton. Burley Nut Bob, how you doing tonight, Bob? Great to see you. Little Fat Morgan. Hello there, Todd. Oh, Tim, give them our best too. Armchair Piper, how you doing, Ed? Yeah, so Scott at the 16th day is saying the same thing. The H&H line is really different from McBaron. And I think that was the whole point. If I remember right, we talked about that with Per Jensen, and he said that the goal was to make something that was natural and untopped. Opossum Piper, hello, good to see you. And Kirk from Florida. No worries, Kirk. Bacon banana bread. That's a good excuse, but you don't need an excuse. We're just happy you're here, Kirk. Yeah, there's something about that McBaron topping, and it is. I think they use the same topping on all their blends because it just tastes the same. I don't know what it is, but it does create tongue bite for me, and I know a lot of people that say that, and then I know a lot of people that love McBaron blends. So it's, again, it all comes down to personal chemistry. Hobbit and Piper, do I have an eye on my next artisan pipe yet? Not really, Kevin. I got bad news about related to that. I was going to consider buying one at the Columbus show, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to make the Columbus show, which I'm very disappointed by, but it's just family stuff that I have to do, and it's making it impossible. So I certainly won't be buying one there. Beyond that, I don't know. I bought 2 this year, I think, and I'm trying to only buy 1. Yes, 2 weeks until the Columbus show. Boy, I wish I was going to be there, Jim. Hillbilly Piper, hello there. No, Tim, it's not grape. I'd know that. I'd be able to identify that, I think. All right, DDT, that sounds good. Enjoy the bison, buddy. That's interesting. Couch and I seem to have somewhat similar palates, and I love Sugar Barrel, and he says Sugar Barrel bites him. So it's all different. Everybody's got a different tongue. Bona Piper says, I think the topping is honey, but do me a favor, don't ask me about the Royal Twist next week. Uh-oh. All right, Christian, I know nothing about it. Michael Schenkel, good to see you, buddy. And Flat Cap Piper, hey, how's it going? I know, I was hoping to meet you too, and Corvette Jim and some other folks, and I just unfortunately isn't going to work. Oh, Steve, sorry to hear that. So, Kilted Piper Steve and Miss Kathy are not going to be doing live streams on Sundays anymore due to eyesight. You know, I wish YouTube would allow some way to increase the font size on the comments, because you can see I'm constantly taking these things off and on. I understand, guys. I understand. It'll be missed, though, and I'm glad you're still going to be doing regular videos. Tim can't go to Columbus either. Doug says he thinks the McBaron bite is chemical. Never been able to stand the bite, but friends of mine, Northwest Pipe Smoker Tom, for example, seem to have no problem with it. Yeah, it's amazing, and the H&H series doesn't affect me at all. I think it's some great tobacco. Gotcha, Steve. Yeah, well, you know, if your situation changes, I know a lot of folks would love even an occasional live stream, but you know, you do what you got to do. I'm glad we'll keep seeing you, and obviously you're going to continue to be a part of our community here, because we all love you guys. Josh Langevin, good evening to you. Good to see you. Yeah, Gary, even a bigger monitor doesn't seem to help much. It just would be nice if you could increase the font size. Oh, that's just crazy, Couch. Just crazy. I mean, I think we're heading for a lot of trouble if they start doing that again. They start locking down again. Possum Piper's been culling some pipes and trying to simplify his rotation. Oh, I can understand that. Steph, I don't think you're going to quite be able to equal Boris's beard, but it's nice to have a goal, I suppose. Yeah, DDT, that's a good point, because the Amphoras don't bother me either. So it's not just the H&H line. There's something different about the Amphoras. Michael K says that McBaron tobaccos bite him on the tongue, Rustica bites him on the butt. Uncle Larry, is Columbus one of the largest pipe shows in the U.S.? Larry, I've not been, so I don't want to comment on it, but I believe that it's one of the largest in the U.S. happening this year. The other one being Richmond, which is at the beginning of October. Second largest. So Jim, is that in a normal year? Would it be the second largest, or is that just because there's been so few shows this year? Smarty Bob says there is a way to change the font size, but it involves using Chrome as your browser. Interesting. Oh, Hillbilly Piper, I'm sorry I'm gonna miss you, buddy. I would love to meet you. Bona Piper says if you're using Windows, right-click your desktop, select Display Settings, and navigate to the Scale and Layout tab to increase the size of the text to 150%. So that's something to try. $200 vendors and over 1,500 people. That's pretty big, Jim. Yeah. I'm surprised that you still eat Wheaties, Steve. I thought you'd go straight with just the Rustica and milk. Yes, Roger Goodell does bite. You're right, Couch. That's an astute analysis of the situation. Tim does not like Roger. What's up? I do not know if I can do that. So my problem is that I'm running Linux because that's what I do. I know Linux. I love Linux, and I have not been able to find a way to do it on my machine. But folks are saying on Windows it is possible. Tim Marsh, first time he's made the live stream. Well, welcome, Tim. It's great to have you. Hope you're having a great Friday evening, or whatever part of the day it might be in your neck of the woods. Okay, so Steve does go straight rustic on the weekends. Good to know. So Steve and Miss Kathy are going to have they're having a small pipe show put on by local brick and mortar. Well, it's something, you know. We've been through a long dry spell of pipe shows, so it's good to have something. I hope you guys enjoy it. So I am seriously considering Richmond, since I can't go to Columbus. I don't know if any of you folks are thinking about going there. It's actually a bit closer for me, I think. Couch likes that Roger guy. I don't know, Couch. I'm questioning your judgment on that one. Patrick Grant, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you tonight. Opossum Piper, you're planning to get to Richmond? That would be fantastic. I'd love to meet you, buddy. No, Josh, no pipe show there. I can't even find a tobacco shop or a cigar shop in Vermont. I'm sure they're there. I just haven't been able to find one. Linux preference and look at the accessibility options. Okay, XJ, I'll give it a shot. Yes, Tim, I think that might explain it. I'll give it a shot, XJ. I mean, I know I can put it into an accessibility mode where everything is big, but I don't really want that because most of the time that I'm using the computer, I'm wearing my reading glasses. It's not a big deal. I guess I could just wear them the whole time I'm doing this, but Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes, I had forgotten that Ilva is in fact a Patriots fan, so she, that might explain things. You'll have to help me with this, Tim. Do Patriots fans like Roger Goodell? C Sparks B56. Enjoy going to pipe show. I haven't been to one since New York 3 or 4 years ago. Oh, of course, of course. Yes, I remember that. Oh, that's great. It's I'd love to do that again. So C Spark and Ali, who was haven't seen him in a while, but he was the Great American Doc Piper on YouTube. We got together at the New York Pipe Show, and then we went out and we had some lunch, and we went to the JR Cigars there, and spent quite a long time just sharing some tobacco and chatting. It was a great time. Saltwater Piper, good evening to you, sir. Name that pipe says that in a recent video, old Hollywood Briar was saying that after every smoke he cleans and scrapes his pipe. This doesn't allow any cake to form. Yeah, I've got an opinion on it, but he has an opinion on it, and they're both valid. It's your pipe, so whatever you do, if you're happy, is good, right? Personally, I think you need cake. I think it's an important part of the break-in process, and I don't think pipes smoke right until you got some cake in them. But I know folks, and we'll be talking to one soon, that have pipes that look brand new, even though they've smoked them for years. So, it's just a matter of taste, as so many things in pipe smoking are. Yeah, dude, Rustica, unfortunately they do. I think it's mostly just a sign of bad parenting when they show up, but they do exist. Yes, Patrick, I hope we're heading back to that. Is Paul the pipe guy in the house? Do you mean Paul the Piper? Our moderator, Paul? He was here earlier. Ochoita, good to see you, buddy. Welcome. If you're happy and you know it, smoke your pipe. I'm sure she is, Tim. There you go, Corvette Jim, a man who's handled many, many pipes and knows his way around them. He's on the very little cake end of the spectrum. So, it really is what works best for you. There's Paul the Piper. And Armchair Piper Ed, who certainly knows his way around a pipe, he's also weighing in on the very little cake side of things. And Michael Case is going for looks here. Brand new looking pipes make you look like an amateur. Yeah, what's up? Several of those Savinelli Roma luccites are really hard to find. Yeah, good point, Doug. It does have to do with insulating, and possibly if you're a cooler smoker, you won't need cake. Tim, of course, likes pie. Yeah. Okay. In the interest of Scott's physique, we're going to stop talking about cake now. The Linux Zoom option. Okay, XJ, I will look into that. Oh, thank you, Paul. Yes, please do hit the thumbs up button. It really helps us out a lot. Josh is weighing in with Tim on pie. And Ed's going for cheesecake. Ben Greenman, hello there. Good to see you tonight. Yeah, I go for the traditional, what they teach you is a dime's width of cake. Does anybody even know what a dime's width is? I've never measured it. I should. And I ream pretty frequently, so I don't like a ton of cake in the pipe, but I do think you need some. Oh, it's okay, Jim. The thumbs down is just a sign of engagement. I'm happy for it. Gotcha, XJ. Thank you. I will check on that. Celebratory cake is always delightful. There you go. Dime is about $5 last time you checked. Okay, Tim. There you go, Scott. That's a good way to look at it. You need enough cake so that it insulates, but not so much that it prevents you from putting tobacco in the pipe. Peter, the smooth piper. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you tonight. That's the truth, Doug. If the pipe looks like new, that guy's not a pipe smoker. In the movies. You can't get much of a draw with cheesecake, that's true. All right, I'm done with the Phil Rivara for now. We'll switch back to the Matches Savinelli and some more Haunted Bookshelf. So I've discovered something interesting. At least I think it's interesting. Excuse me. There we go. So, I've been using these Carter Hall tubs for years, and I keep Haunted Bookshop in them, and it's fine. I keep other stuff in them, and it's always been fine. But I've started keeping Pegasus in one, and that is drying out. Really interesting. I don't know. Maybe the tub is different. It's still the same version of Carter Hall as that one, but it was more recently purchased. So maybe it's a difference in the tub. So I was thinking of trying to take advantage of that little circular depression in the middle there and put a piece of that floral foam that folks sometimes use in cigar humidors and just put a little squirt of water in there every once in a while. I don't know. I guess I could actually get something like a jar to keep it in rather than try to keep it in that. But they're just so convenient, and like I said, it's always worked fine until for some reason Pegasus. Tim is still in the same bowl, and I'm on bowl number 3. Well, one of two things, Tim. You've got one of 3 possibilities. You've got an enormous pipe. I hate Roger Goodell smokes really, really slow burning. Or I lost the third one. I smoke too fast. It should be the blend of the year if it lasts that long. It's got to be economical. Josh Langevin, the Artful Codger, has decided that he's, just kind of stepping back from YouTube. It's just a personal decision. He's fine. He's doing really well. He's active on Instagram. Have not heard from Sarge, Gary. The answer is B. And I've, of course, forgotten what I remember what the question was, Tim. I just can't remember what the multiple choice was, but it'll come to me later. Yeah, Bovita Pack might work, Steve. Steve and Kathy, that's a good idea. Only relit it twice. Wow, that's impressive, Tim. That is impressive. I am constantly relighting when I'm doing this, whether it's a video that I'm making or the live stuff, because I do what I'm doing right now. I talk and I'm not puffing. But if I'm just, sitting upstairs watching a movie smoking a pipe, I usually light it twice and it's fine. Until I get down to the bottom. Sometimes when you get like 3/4 of the way down, you tamp it and you wind up putting out the thing. Yeah, Michael, I saw that and someone else commented on that. The old style tobacco jars have that depression in them, and actually I'm wondering if that might be part of the thought and the design of the Carter Hall tubs. Josh has been really into smoking John Bull. I have had that, Josh. It's been a long time though. I remember it being it's a Burley, Virginia kind of American codger blend, sort of. Of course, I just described about 600 blends, so maybe I'm right. Blend named after a clown, indeed. All right, what's up? Thanks so much for joining us, buddy. You have a good evening, good night, and hope we do see you next week. No, Josh, Roger Goodell is a clown. John Bull wasn't a clown. Well, I don't know. Maybe he was. Oh, Artie. Play nice. Ah, Cliff is having some haunted pirate ship. Very nice, Cliff. You know, Tim, if you're willing to blend some up, I'd be happy to do a impression video on it, or maybe we could get a few folks together to do a group tasting if you want. That could be fun. Yeah, Cliff, that's apparently a pretty important part of the whole haunted pirate ship experience. You can't just mix them 1 to 1 and smoke it. You got to let them meld for a while. And that was a blend created by Matches 860. Yeah, and he's the guy that said you got to let it meld for a while. I've never had it because the idea of adding a lot of key at a haunted bookshop, I ain't gonna do that. Ron Hardcrackers, how you doing, buddy? Just got back from eating pizza, lucky guy. No smooth piper smoking some Granger. Good stuff, Peter. Ah, okay, Piper on the 45. So they had a clay plug. Probably that fired terracotta. And you put water on that, it would hold the water to humidify the tobacco. Yeah, I might try something like that. Oh, Meerschaum disc. Gary says his uncle's humidor had. That's interesting. I wouldn't think that mirror would be that absorbent, but I guess it is. After I said that, I realized that wasn't really a very smart thing to say. It's probably very absorbent. Pirate cake with Prince Albert. That's interesting. Joshua in the Woods, yeah. Patrick Grant is smoking some Sunbear 2021. How is it, Patrick? I was so put off by Sunbear, whatever the year was, that there was no way I was going to buy that. DDT's got old pipe stands with jars that have the clay disc. Yeah, Michael, I've heard the slice of apple thing. I don't know. I mean, it's just as easy to get a piece of foam and put it in there. Tim, why would you want to figure out a blend that tastes like Frogmorton? Then you'd have something that tasted like Frogmorton. Who would want that? So the Smooth Piper also likes Haunted Pirate Ship. Well, maybe I'm going to have to break down and order some pirate cake and try it sometime. Maybe in the winter. Maybe I'll have that 3-week a lot of Kia binge like I had last winter. Oh yeah, Gary, I remember those little aluminum discs that I didn't realize they had mirror inside them, but you used to be able to buy them to keep in your tobacco pouch. All right, Opossum Piper, thanks for joining us, buddy. Good to see you tonight. Have a great weekend. Oh, cool. Patrick's going to do a video comparing the 2020 and 2021 Sun Bear. Very nice. Look forward to that, Patrick. Name that pipe, says Haunted Pirate Ship, goes well with coffee. Yes, Sailor, you're right about that. They do soak it in water before carving it. And yeah, it must. I mean, it's basically, well, it's called seafoam for a reason. It's very porous, so it must be absorbent. And I think, the outside is very polished, and of course there's beeswax on it, and also, it doesn't seem absorbent when you're holding it in your hand. Well, I'll give it a shot, Hillbilly Piper, and you guys will be the first to hear about it. Yeah, Doug, that's what I always worried about, would be mold and mildew from the apple slice. I know guys used to do it and throw it in their pouch, but they probably were emptying their pouch that day. Yeah, we got the tunnel take checking in, and he's saying the chicken foot pipe is coming to a B&M near you. Hey, Greg, you might be able to sell a few of those. Good to see you tonight, buddy. Tim Marsh grilling chicken wings, having a bowl and hanging out. Sounds good. Casey Jones, how you doing? Having some Ken Byron Venture Mycroft in a Camoy Bent Brandy. What is that blend composed of, Casey? I'm intrigued by the name. There you go, Greg. You got your first offer on the chicken foot. Yeah, Michael, I've seen that old timers wearing a glove while they smoke their meerschaum pipes. It's one of the reasons I've never gotten into meerschaum is, it always struck me as being finicky, and I understand it's not. I've heard people say that, and um, I'm blanking on his name. Mark, what is Mark, the German fellow that talks about meerschaum pipes all the time? I cannot think of his name, his YouTube name. He's shown quite clearly that meerschaums can take a lot of abuse and smoke perfectly well, but I've just never got into them. There you go. Dude Rustic has got a great idea there. It could be a set. You get the chicken foot pipe and a chicken beak tamper. Bidding starting at a gazillion bucks. Bremen Pipe Smoker. Thank you, Bonapiper. Yes, that's who I was trying to think of. Thank you, Tunnel Take. Yes, Bremen Pipe Smoker. If you're at all interested in meerschaum pipes, he's definitely the guy to watch. I just love that lighter. Thank you again, Michael. It's really beautiful. Patrick loves his mirrors. Tim's warning us not to put them in the dishwasher. Good advice. Oh, you're in trouble, Greg. DDT's entering the market with an off-brand chicken foot pipe for half a gazillion. Absolutely, Doug. Bremen Pipe Smoker has a fantastic channel. I mean, every video of his is just a joy to watch. Uh-oh, Cliff's raised us to 2 gazillion now. Greg, if there's a charity you'd like to support, we could do a live charity auction with your chicken foot pipe. Yes, Steve, I know you've become a big fan of the meerschaum pipes, and you're right. It's not the mirror that's finicky, it's the pipe smoker. Absolutely. Patrick Grant says he's got a Decim pipe lighter, works even upside down. Very cool. Yeah, it does, Michael. Michael's saying that the trout has this sort of 50s, 60s vibe to it, and it really does. It reminds me of some of those old Field and Stream magazine illustrations. Turkey foot calabash. Yeah, Josh. So Cliff has given you some good advice there. You heat the tenon on the stem and try to get it soft, and then You're probably going to have to stick something in there like a pencil or something. You know, it's a corn cob, so you don't have to worry too much about cracking the shank. So you can kind of stretch it out pretty well. If that doesn't work, you did say it's too loose, right? Yeah, you want to heat it. Um, you could try boiling water. That could soften it up too. Or you can buy new stems pretty inexpensively, but I don't know if it's the stem or the shank that's messed up. Yeah, heat gun or a flame would be great, Cliff. I mean, even something like a little tea light candle will work. And you just want to get it, be careful not to set the thing on fire because it is a plastic and it will burn, but just get it soft. And then get a pencil and just push it in there, not too far because you don't want to flare it out too much. And you should be able to tighten it up. And Tim Fournier has finally finished his I Hate Roger Goodell. Congratulations, Tim. That is, see, that's been going for at least an hour and 10 minutes. Groovin' Piper, how you doing, Cody? Good to see you, buddy. Oh, that's fantastic, Steph. I'm glad to hear Skip is back on dry land. Give him our best, please. Yeah, XJ, I don't think super glue is going to stick to that plastic very well. It might. That's a possibility too. You could try a coat of super glue. You could try putting some super glue inside the mortise as well. Wow, so you had it going 15 minutes before showtime. So that's an hour and 25 minutes. Really good, Tim. It's amazing stuff. So you all be together in late August then, Steph. That's great. It's been a it's been a long haul, I know, and then you moving in the middle of all that. But I saw some of your posts. This looks like the new job's going really well. So congratulations on that, and best of luck with it. Hobbit and Piper, thanks so much, buddy. It was great to have you. Have a great weekend. Corvette Jim once bought a car for 3 cartons of Newports. And I bet it ran just fine for quite a while. Beeswax applied to the tenon could tighten it up. Yeah, yeah. They are malleable, Doug, but not as much as something like the problem with them isn't that they're not malleable. The problem is that they're so the opening is so wide that it's not like an ebonite tenon where you've got this very narrow airway that you can jam something in there. But you can expand them. I've done it. Drove it for 3 years. There you go. They don't make them like that anymore, Jim. So Steph is going live tomorrow. I believe it's 1 p.m. Eastern. Let me know if I'm wrong about that, Steph. I mean, you can buy, going back to the cob stem, you can buy new cob stems for like, I don't know, they're like 59 cents or something from Aristocob. So even if you heat it and it catches fire, it's not going to be that bad. You can get another one. Wow. Gotcha. So Steph is going to be live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, noon Central. I will try to remember to catch that. Saturdays are just usually strange. I have the time on Saturdays. Sundays are usually more difficult for me, but I do have the time on Saturdays. I just never remember. I want to watch Steph and Skip's live, and I want to check in on the Virtual Pipe Club, and I just never remember. I got to see the Virtual Pipe Club for a bit last week, though. Oh, I see. You were trying to expand the wood, so you actually soaked the tip of the shank. All right, Scott. You have a great weekend, buddy. Thanks for joining us. All right, dog bones for Ilva. Thank you, federal government. Good deal, Couch. Oh, that's nice to hear, Steph. We got a bunch of great folks out there, and we all care for one another very much. Yeah, Josh, definitely don't light your hair on fire. If you do, Corvette Jim and I hold no liability. I'm sorry, Cliff Higgins and I hold no liability. So. Oh, what the heck? Corvette Jim doesn't hold any liability either. Ah, that's nice, Sailor. A little sand-based heat bath. That's a great idea. The problem I would have with that is I'd have to remember to turn it on. It would take a long time to heat up, unless you just leave it on all the time. Yeah, Michael, I have the Sunday cigars in the morning usually. So either before or after I make the Sunday video, I usually have a cigar. And they've been a little bit spotty lately because I do like to smoke cigars outside when I can, and we've just had, it's either been blazing hot or raining. All right, Steph, karaoke with the teachers. I'll have a good one. Enjoy, and we'll catch you soon. Concrete guarantee. There you go, XJ. Yeah, Josh, she has done live streams where she takes requests. I don't know if that's a typical thing, but she has done some special DJ night sort of things. Oh, there she goes. Might get them all fired. Uh-oh. Ah, okay, Sailor. So you just left it on. Yeah, I just use a heat gun, which, works fine, but it would be nice to be able to do that heat soak and, especially for longer stems because, the problem with bending a longer stem is that if you just heat it in one spot, you get a sharp bend and you want to get that smooth bend, so you got to really be careful to heat the whole thing. Tinderbox was a chain, Tim. And I miss them as well, Gary. And Cliff says the mattress tribute pipe smokes as good as any pipe he owns. I'd even say it smokes as good as any high-end pipe, Cliff. JB Weld Wood Putty. Steve, I've not tried it, so something worth looking into. Says that JB Weld Wood Putty is very malleable, works well on briar to fill and cover external flaws, and will accept stain. That's really interesting. JL, hello. Bayou Night and a Rossi 673KS. You have a great weekend too. Oh, okay, Sailor. That's 10 inches long. Yeah, it does sound like an old ice cube. One of those old aluminum ice cube trays. Yeah, I miss them too, Gary. Absolutely, Cliff. Eddie Gray did do a great thing to help us remember John every Friday. And for John's family, indeed, Cliff. Indeed. Oh, Josh has his own pipe rest for the matches pipe. Very nice. Well, folks, we got 6 minutes left, and I got a lot to drink here. But I'll do it. Oops. Ah, okay. Gotcha, Doug. So Tinderboxes were actually a franchise, not a chain, but yeah. Independent retailers. And there were a few company stores. Okay. I'm glad you like it, Bona Piper. Chuck Chuck. Okay, guys. I don't need encouragement, believe me. I think Sarge is fine, Gary. I mean, last time I heard from him, he was fine, just very busy. I will make a mental note because you've asked a couple of times now, and I keep thinking I'll have to get in touch with Sarge this weekend because I usually can get to him on Saturday or Sunday mornings. So I will try to remember to send him a note tomorrow, and I'll report back next week. But it's kind of you to be concerned. Ziggy Zaggy, Ziggy Zaggy, oi, oi, oi. Oh, the Man Show. There's a there's an obscure reference to him. Couch used to buy German cigarettes from a tinderbox. All right, Cliff, you go get to those shrimp. God bless you and have a great weekend, buddy. And yeah, we're going to start winding down here. I want to remind everybody that next week we've got a special guest, my buddy Bonapiper Christian, who's one of our moderators, and been looking forward to having him sit down and chat with us for a long time. So please tune in next week for that. I think you'll really enjoy it. Beyond that, let's see. I'll do my best, Josh, but I think he's kind of busy. I think it's intentional that he hasn't been around. Pipe Tree, good to see you, buddy. Have a good weekend. Good night and a good weekend. Absolutely, Gary. Absolutely. He sure was. They were good friends. Thank you, JMZ. Oh, the guy, yeah, the guy from the Man Show that could chug the beer. Yeah, he was in an episode of Taxi. You're right, Tim. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I say it all the time, but it absolutely is the highlight of my week, especially these solo ones, because I just get to spend time chatting with you guys and seeing what you're up to. So it's a great deal of fun. Yes, Doug, he probably is working triple ships. Mon Claude Gans Dam, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. Have a great weekend, Mike. The beer chugging guy was on Happy Days too, huh? Been lurking, got you, Pipe Tree. All right, folks, I am going to call this to a close. Thank you so much for joining me. Look forward to seeing you next week. I'll be back on Sunday with something or the other. I don't know what. But you all take care. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk soon. So, bye now.